If building muscle is so simple, why is that most skinny guys that go to the gym year after year and they still look the same? They try all the workout, they count their reps, they count their macros, they buy every single supplement that they think is going to support muscle growth. But with all of that, they still look the same. And this is something that used to mess up with my head. And that's because everyone says the same thing over and over again. All you have to do, train 3 to 6 times a week, walk 10,000 steps, and most of the time, all you have to do, eat nutrient-dense food. And you know what? All of that is cool. It's a simple advice. But if it is that simple, why is that every single skinny guy that's trying to build muscle is still look the same every single year? So now let's talk about it. Most skinny guys that want to build muscle, they always confuse simple with easy. Now, easy means you can actually follow the workout, the routine, the system that you have in place, the structures. And simple means you can actually follow through. You can actually have a system that you can actually follow through in a long period of time. And that's where a lot of skinny guys mess up. You don't need a degree to get jacked. You don't need 6 different training apps. And you don't need 10 different supplements to build muscle. And you don't have to be in the gym every single day to achieve your fitness goal. And one thing that I noticed with a lot of skinny guys, they don't stick to anything long enough. Most of them, they will start strong and motivated, but as soon as they don't see instant progress, they quit. And guess what? You don't need to quit every time things don't go out your way. But there's one thing that you're gonna need, and that is consistency and discipline. I say this because I used to be that guy. I tried every single split that you know, whether it's bro split, upper body split, full body workout split, whatever split that you think of, I probably tried it. And I kept changing all my programs, sometimes 2 weeks to a month. And whenever I hear about a new trend, a new workout, or a new study that come up, or just jump into it, and I would think, you know what, this is gonna be the new secret. This is what actually is going to work for me. And I got stuck doing that for a very long time. And that's because one guy will say, lift heavy weights, another guy will say, train to failure. And someone will just say, you know what, just chase the pump. The more pump you get, the faster you start building muscle. And you know what I noticed? All of that is just noise. And that's why I started this channel. Because after 10 years of training, I actually figured it out. And yes, it works, but it's boring. And the first thing that I did was unlearn everything that I learned in the past. And I started doing the upper body, lower body split. So basically, I train 4 times a week, 2 days upper body and the other 2 days lower body. And most of the time, my workout always start with compound movements like bench press, bend over row, T-bar row, squats, whatever is a compound movement, pull-ups, dips. All these exercises that I just mentioned, they're all compound movements, meaning they will work out multiple muscle group at the same time. And after that, I will do some isolation movements. And what I did, I'll stick with this program long enough without being confused with these all new trends that are coming up. And one thing that I noticed that most skinny guys don't do, and that is track their progress. I track every single thing in the gym, whether it's a compound movement or isolation movement. I make sure I track everything so that next time when I go to the gym, I know how much weight I need to lift and I know how many reps I need to do. And that's when my body finally starts changing. And here is something that most skinny guys don't realize. Social media is a filtered illusion. You see, when you follow a lot of fitness content, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, the algorithm will automatically push you a lot of fitness content. And most of these guys that you see, they are just the 1% physique that you see all the time. But when you go to the gym, you don't see this 1% physique most of the time. A lot of the time, all you see is skinny guys that have been training year after year and they still look the same. And it's not because they are lazy, it's not because they have bad genetics, and it's definitely not because of their age. It's simply because they don't have a solid structure. Because what I noticed with most skinny guys, they will start strong. They will train hard for 2, 3 weeks, and then for the following few weeks, they just give up. And that's because they have the wrong expectation. You can't speed up muscle growth no matter what you do. Even if you have the best genetics and even if you're taking steroid, no matter what you do, you cannot speed up muscle growth. Building muscle takes time, a very long time. And that is something you have to accept. And one thing that changed everything for me is when I stopped chasing all the hype, all this new workout, new techniques, and new research, and just stick to the basic. And I know the basic stuff, they are always boring because you have to do it over and over again. For example, when I started training, I used to do dumbbell presses. Until this day, I still do dumbbell presses. It's boring, but it always works. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, why am I still skinny? What's happening to me? Why am I not building muscle? You need to ask yourself these questions. Have you followed a plan for 6 months straight without switching up to different workout routines? Would you say every time you step into the gym, you're actually tracking all your progress? Are you making consistent progress over time? And are you even eating enough to support your muscle growth? And most skinny guys, they don't even know how much food they need to build muscle. They just eat whatever and they just expect to build muscle out of the blue. I wish that was the case, but unfortunately, it's not. You can never outwork the basic stuff that's going to help you build muscle. Most skinny guys, they just want to do whatever. They just see, and if the answer is no, that's the problem. So now it's not your genetics, it's not your metabolism, and it's definitely not because you're not taking any supplement, whether it's whey protein, creatine, or whatever other supplement that you take or you think you need to support your muscle growth. Every single guy that I know that got jacked, they all follow a simple plan longer than everyone else. And they keep on repeating the boring thing over and over again. That's how you're going to build muscle. So building muscle is easy, but it's not simple. Now, if you're struggling to build muscle or you've been training for years and you still look the same, all you have to do, go back to the basic. Train 4 times a week or even 3 times a week. Do an upper body, lower body split. And if you're training 3 times a week, just do full body workout, just the basic stuff. But you have to stick with it long enough. And if you want a clear path to follow for skinny guys to build muscle like you, I'm going to put a link down the bio. Book a one-to-one call with me and I will see how I can help. For the meantime, I will see you on the next video.